Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is October the 10th, 2018. Strong hand, long-term thinking, unconfiscatable. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Hey, and I want to say, everybody in the live chat right now, thank you, Vention MGTOW, for the $5 in the super chat. He just sent it right before the show started. He said, Warren Buffett says Bitcoins are rat poison squared. You alt-right people should listen to him because he's wise. CNBC says so. Oh, God, the irony from Vention there. Yes. Don't be careful of that mainstream media, people. Just because CNBC says so. Well, if you're a 20% strong hander, you're not listening to Warren Buffett or to CNBC. But, hey, you're listening to Vention MGTOW. Thank you for the $5 super chat. So let's jump right into the show. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter at TechBalt. The first thing that I wanted to say here is there's a tweet out there from I can't pronounce this dude's name. It looks like for the first time in history, it's about to start raining men. No, it's the first time in history the volatility of Bitcoin dipped below that of the stock market. Yeah, that's an interesting observation. That might be the first time that's happened. But Bitcoin will be more volatile than the stock market again. Hey, we're in a temporary time of things not being very volatile in Bitcoin, and I guess things are kind of volatile in the stock market right now. But why are you guys even in the stock market, though, dudes? This is where the big boys play. Warren Buffett's just a little boy. He plays over there in the stock market. Now, speaking about where the big boys play, they're going to be playing down in New Orleans on the 3rd and the 4th of December. I am speaking there at the Digital Currency Con. It's linked to below. Eventbrite, you can get your tickets there. 20% discount code when you use the term Meister. One of my fans, one of the guys who've been watching this show for a long time, a guy who tweets at me, who's in the chat sometimes, He reminded me he lives in New Orleans. He's going to come to the event, so I'm pumped. Yeah, I knew some Cajuns down there. Well, I don't know if he's Cajun or not, but I know people down in New Orleans. I actually have some distant relatives there. They won't come, but I'm glad by people who follow the Bitcoin Meister, they're going to be there. So it's going to be fun. Just type in Meister when you buy it. At Eventbrite, you get 20% off. Also, I mentioned yesterday, now if you go to techbalt.com, now remember, TechBalt is my handle on Twitter, so it's easy to remember, TECHBALT. Now if you go to techbalt.com, you can see all 89 of the This Week in Bitcoin shows that have ever been created. The 90th is this Friday. Gabriel from Venezuela will be there telling us all about Venezuela. It will be on at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. And if all goes well, not only will Gabriel from Venezuela be there, but Gabriel D. Vine will also be there. And Gabriel, originally from Vancouver, now in Chile, will also be there. Yes, 3 Gabriels all at once. 2 p.m. on Friday, This Week in Bitcoin. That is Eastern time, New York City time, Washington, D.C. time, Seattle and Los Angeles, that's 11 a.m. for you. Okay, so let's just jump right back into the show again. After I'm so excited. There are going to be 3 Gabriels on my This Week in Bitcoin show. That's never been done before. On that freaking like button is all I got to say if you like the 3 Gabriels. And for you men who like to look at attractive men, well, hey, all 4 of us are pretty attractive, but you got to say, Gabriel from down in Chile, he's a good-looking dude. He really fixes himself real nice for all you dudes who like to look at that kind of stuff. Hey, to each his own, whatever. You got to do what you got to do, I guess. He's a smart guy, too. He's doing the Fort Galt thing, which is awesome. So what is this? Oh, here is a tweet Tone Vase actually sent this out there. It is a quote from Peter Todd. I can't prove it, but my gut feeling is that exchange hacks are inside jobs. Many exchanges don't even know how many Bitcoin are under their control. Well, you know what, Peter Todd? I never really thought about it that way, because you're right. Some of these exchanges are so freaking irresponsible. They don't. If the people in charge don't know how many they actually have, then why not some of the middle management guys steal some? Say there's a hack. Why not the upper man? Again, if you guys are still playing around with these exchanges, well, here's another tweet that maybe might dissuade you. All right. YoBit pump. This is from YoBit exchange. This is really from an exchange called YoBit. I don't know where they're based. Clearly not the United States of America. YoBit pump. In 22 hours, we will buy one random coin for 1 BTC every 1 to 2 minutes, 10 times. Total buy amount, 10 Bitcoin. Okay, so the exchange is saying they're going to pump up some coin. I mean, this is ridiculous. They're saying they're going to manipulate some market. The exchange sends out a tweet. Hey, but you guys still want to trade the tweet, this kind of thing. And again, we talked about a second ago, guys who value their wealth in men. Let's talk about guys who value their wealth in women, because here on the YoBit exchange, they got bikini-clad women on their Twitter feed. That's their Twitter feed. Yeah, they're not showing you Bitcoins. They got a bikini-clad woman on there. So this is what they're trying to attract here. This is what they're not hiding anything. They're showing bikini-clad women on their Twitter feed. They're saying they're pumping stuff up. Personal responsibility is a new counterculture. If you want to play this game and then you cry and say it's rigged, it's your fault. It's obviously rigged. Of course, that game is rigged. The exchange, Bitcoin, is not rigged. All right, here we go. Anthony Monero sent 5.49 euros. Stocks are crashing all around the world and Bitcoin stays strong. Mission to Mars has started. Pound that freaking like button. I like that attitude. I don't have any stocks, so well, I've got some kind of small little thing stashed away somewhere that I don't even check. But no, I haven't been checking the stock market at all. And so I've been hearing things about problems in the main, but I don't pay attention to the mainstream world. I've been hearing people say the end of the world is near. Well, good. I mean, no, it's not really near. Who knows if the stocks will recover? I don't care. People will, if this is a way people find out about Bitcoin because stock markets are crashing all over the world, then great. Then it's a positive. But the mission to Mars has started. And speaking of mission to Mars, come on, you Bitcoin entrepreneurs out there. Maybe one day when, okay, here, how about you, Winklevi? Once you guys become trillionaires, can you start a mission to Mars or team up with the dudes who are already doing it? We should have been on Mars by now. We should have floating cities in Venus. It's actually easier to do. Well, possibly. I mean, if you look back to predictions around the time of the Apollo in 1969, they were saying by 1991 we would be on Mars. I mean, now look how long ago 1991 was. Come on, this is just the thing. I'm bringing this up because governments took hold of space, and at first it was pretty exciting. They got all this private industry in there, but then once they made it a big bureaucracy, look what happened. It totally slowed down. It was excited in 1969, 1970, 1971, apparently, and now it's slowly become so boring. Private. It's all about private. It's about private space. It's about private money. Bitcoin. Don't rely. Again, the 80%ers, though, are going to say, no, it's better that the government's in charge of space. Oh, I'd rather own the dollar than the Bitcoin. All right. Oh, and Lou Verado says, what's up in the super chat? I'm saying, I don't know if he wants to give away his identity, but good to see you, Lou Verado. All right. We talked about bikini-clad women on exchanges. Now here's a real thing. So while most people are interested in bikini-clad women on exchanges and how they're going to get their cheap BitConnect from YoBit, I mean, again, most people who get the cryptocurrency, they're like, they don't know what this is all about. But for the ones who know what it's about, and again, notice how this didn't change the price of Bitcoin at all. But this is a big thing. the launch of the Liquid Network, the world's first production Bitcoin sidechain. So we've heard about these sidechains for a while. I linked to and everything I talk about in this video is linked to below, first of all. Remember, disruptmeister.com. Check out the archives there. And you get t-shirts and Trezors linked to below also. Okay, but again, Blockstream, they made, all the fudsters of the altcoin realm, they like to say that Blockstream is like the Satan of Bitcoin or something like that. It's just the conspiracies that people come up with. But anyway, Blockstream came up with this. Liquid is a sidechain built on the Bitcoin network, facilitating faster Bitcoin transactions between businesses and individuals. Okay, so if you're an individual, you don't have to have anything to do with this darn thing, okay? You probably won't have anything to do with it. There is an FAQ, frequently asked questions. I link to it below. I link to their press release. I link to an article about it, so you can read all about it. The Liquid Network was built specifically to address the particular needs of exchanges and enables the rapid, confidential, and secure transfer of funds between participants, providing a solution to the inherent problems of delayed transaction finality on the Bitcoin network. Okay, so this is something that is tremendous, that has been built on top of the network of Bitcoin. Second layer type of thing here. You don't have anything, it doesn't affect me sending Bitcoin to Vention or anything like that, but it does affect they want, I mean, if you're involved in the exchange, if you own an exchange or whatever, this makes your job easier, okay, apparently. All right, and this is, whether we like it or not, exchanges are a big part of cryptocurrency. I mean, I'm making jokes about them and everything because most of them are jokes. I'm telling you not to say, hold your coins there, obviously, but many people come to this realm just to trade, and I can't stop them, and they serve a purpose. And this is going to make things more liquid, should we say. So again, I linked to all the pertinent information about this below, and there is a lot of information about it. So you can just FUD about it if you want to and try to say, oh, it's Blockstream, it's a private thing. Or you can use your head, study it, and think like, wow, this is a really cool second layer solution built on top of it. This is the first side chain out here. What else is going to be done like this in the future with side chains, with second layer solutions, with making things easier, taking off the traffic from the main Bitcoin network? This is, I mean, hey, this is the beginning of something cool on the technological side. It's just the tip of the iceberg on what can be done on Bitcoin. So somebody said, this makes Ripple obsolete, doesn't it? And someone said, when was Ripple not obsolete? All right. What's it say? Brandon for Bitcoin. Oh, this dude! I'm about to talk about you. I think this is a dude I'm about to talk. He says Bitcoin is like, and he sends $5. Thank you, Brandon. Bitcoin is like winning the lottery in slow motion, but 80%ers will get shaken out during every price drop. Yeah, that's it. Markets are cruel, and they're cruel to the impulsive. That's the way they work, man. This is where the big boys play. There are no bailouts in this game, brother. And yeah, the 80%ers are always going to get shaken out. Try to be a 20%er, you 80%ers. Come on now. I've been preaching how to do it. Just have deferred gratification. We're going to get to that in a second. All right. So Liquid, that is exciting. Obviously, I'm so excited. You know, I'm never excited on this show. I'm usually such a calm freaking guy, aren't I? But, oh my God. Oh, wait. What is it? Oh, yeah, I've got this link below. YouTube, we have this new thing where you can be friends with people through YouTube. I have the link below. It says add friends to YouTube link, and I have a question mark next to it. Go there if you're on YouTube and try to add me. I think you'll be able to send me chats, or we'll be able to DM each other through YouTube. I don't really get it, so I just found they just sent me this today, so I want to experiment. So Vention, you're watching right now. See that link in the notes section below my video. See what that is about, dude, and see if we become friends on there. Because I actually would like to message you, Vention, and get you on this show. So hey, that would work out if it actually enables us. But any of you will be able to message me if we become. Because I want to be. Again, I've said this before, and some people don't like this at all. But my Facebook thing is totally my private Adam Meister, like not Bitcoin life at all. It's like I started that such a long time ago and so I don't, some people try to add me there, and I only add people I know in real life on there. Okay. So people are like, why can't I send you a message over there? First, you can send me a direct message on Twitter too. But this will enable all the people who want to be my friends on Facebook to be my friends on YouTube. It's just as good. Raptorman R sent $2 in the super chat. All markets are designed to punish the many. Pound that freaking like button, brother. Pound that. I am like screaming. I wonder what all these Chileans are thinking about the Americans screaming. And why is there someone screaming in English in this building? They're probably thinking. Not many people speak English around here at all. And I think that's a testament to Chile. They don't need to speak English. They've got a fully functional economy where why learn English? They all stay here. They don't live. They don't leave. It's a very successful country. And this is not a diss on Uruguay or anything like that. But in Uruguay, they know Portuguese, Spanish, and English, like everybody. And as I love Uruguay. And the people in Uruguay are because many of them are overeducated, at least the people for their country. I mean, they could do so well in other countries. And that's why half the Jews of Uruguay are now in Israel, basically. they weren't having it there anymore. And because in 1994, the Iranians sponsored a terrorist attack in Argentina and blew up a JCC there. And so a lot of Argentines and Uruguayans said, you know what, we were going to go to Israel now. We've had enough. Stuff. Anyway, hey, that was a little side note right there. So, okay. So holding, what is pound that like button? Yeah, of course, guys. Holding Bitcoin equals sustaining your wealth. Spending Bitcoin, you're not sustaining wealth. Sustaining wealth is harder than getting rich. This is an article that I linked to below, and it's not a Bitcoin article. Getting rich is not the same thing as staying rich. There are plenty of, and this is a quote, there are plenty of ways to get rich. Start a business, save and invest wisely, inherit money, get lucky, etc. But staying rich involves just a few simple things: self-awareness, modesty, and the ability to delay gratification with a portion of your capital. Money can corrupt even the best of intentions. No matter how much you make, you still have to save to build actual wealth. All right. So that is just, they couldn't have put it any better there. A lot of people become rich when they win. There's a guy here, and this guy's a nice guy. He's constantly leaving like numbers so people can pick these numbers and play the lotto with these numbers. This dude leaves it on my chat and in my comment section. I have no idea why this dude does it. I mean, he's a nice guy and everything. He should know by now I completely despise the lottery. I completely despise gambling. And I think it is for 80%ers. But here, some people do win that stuff. Now, how many of those people were able to sustain their newfound wealth through the lottery? Like not many at all. I think that in this article, it actually says that from 1982 to now that there's been 70% of the people, 70% of the companies that were in the Fortune 500 are no longer in the Fortune 500. This is the same thing with people. I mean, it changes. People are not able to sustain their wealth because they don't practice simple techniques of the delay of gratification. So Bitcoin, going back to why I'm even bringing this, when you're holding your Bitcoin, you are sustaining wealth. All right. When you're spending it, all these people say, "Oh, you have to be able to spend it." Yeah. No, you're not. You're losing wealth that way. No, if you're spending it on a big screen TV, no, you're not. You're not sustaining your wealth. You're not. It's not long-term thinking. It's impulsive. It's not the delay of gratification. Now, again, you can have nice things and stuff, but you got to do it in a moderated fashion. Okay, you can't just once you become wealthy. You can't, and so many of these people, again, the NFL players are perfect examples of this. The second they become wealthy, they buy a Lamborghini, they buy their mother a Lamborghini, they buy their best friend a Lamborghini, and then they have nothing. And I know most of you aren't like that, but this is, again, the rich people out there aren't blowing their wads on everything right away. So, if you become a millionaire, keep on holding it. Just because you're a Bitcoin millionaire doesn't mean you need to spend it all right now, especially now before the 2020 halving. Again, just delay gratification. For the people who think, there's so many people that talk this big game, like, yeah, man, I did so well off the ICOs and the Bitcoin and this and that, and I've already, spent so much of it. No, you're not going to end up wealthy. You might have been wealthy in 2018 or 2017, but if you would have just waited until 2020, you'd be wealthy for all the 20s, for the entire decade of the 20s. All right, enough of that stuff. Pound that like button. Guy Bennett just sent $5. Any thought on TX Tena as an application of mesh networking with Bitcoin transactions being developed? Dude, I talked about on the show the other day. It's in the title of the show that I talked about the other day. I think it's good. Again, I mean, there are all these people that say, if the internet goes down, we won't be able to do Bitcoin. Well, there's that fights that FUD. But I talked about it on my show the other day. Guy Bennett, you check out the archives linked below. Thank you for the $5 super chat. But I think that's a good, you bring up this mesh network. You bring up the mesh network to these people who are trying to FUD you about the internet going down with Bitcoin. That's a good, if you want to even waste your time talking to those type of FUDsters, but it's a good thing, you know. It's less centralized. We won't have to rely on the internet anymore. There's the mesh network too. Yeah, oh, great. There's satellites. There's all this stuff. I don't worry about that. I really don't worry about that type of stuff. All right, but it's good. It's good that it's out there. So. But all right, branded for Bitcoin. Now, I believe this is the same branded for Bitcoin that sent the super chat a second ago. He's got a Twitter feed. I linked to it below, okay? And he has brought up some, I retweeted some of his stuff recently, and he's the mattress guy. He's not the mattress girl. He's the mattress guy, okay? And he says, and this is in my title. We finally got into one way I think about it is this. Do I think Bitcoin can provide an average of at least 10% annual return over the next 10 years? And if so, is there anywhere else where I can get even close to that level of return? Now think about that, everyone. For all you people who talk about diversification and is gold better than Bitcoin or stocks better than Bitcoin? Where can you get a 10% return year over year? Okay. Where do you think? Okay. So where can you anywhere? Do you know any place where you can get that? Where if you invest $6,500 in something today, that in the year 2028, it will be worth $16,860. All right. Almost triple. And then let me ask you this question. Do you think in the year 2028 that Bitcoin will be worth at least $860? Okay. Do you think it will be? 3 halvings from now? Because in 10 years from this very date, we will have gone through the 2020 halving, 2024 halving, and 2028 halving. Okay. All right. And so do you think that Bitcoin will be worth $16,860 by then at least? If you do, then you're at least getting a 10% year over year return. Okay? 10% compounded annually. Right there. You can do the math. All right? Where else can you get that? Where else can you get that? 10% every year. All right? And so I mean, I don't know what it's going to be in the year 20. I value my wealth in Bitcoin, first of all. But there are a lot of people who think, by the year 2028, it might be worth you're going to get a lot more than if you invest $6,500 today. It's going to be much more than 10% compounded annual. Just so think of it in that way. If you're hesitant about spending $6,500 on Bitcoin, where else are you going to get? Where do you think you can get a 10% return? Do you think you can get a 10% return year over year on Bitcoin? If so, it's probably I don't know anywhere else you can get that. So that is a very good way of looking at it, Brandon. It brings it down to a level that a lot of more traditional type of investors look at. So that's it. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the link section below. And I will say hi to all you dudes in the chat right now once you pound that like